Washington, though, is currently at Oracle right now. We want to bring her in here. So, Lina, we saw you hanging out with some celebrities over there at Oracle.
Boogie.
Yeah, right? Can you go ahead and just describe the atmosphere in that building tonight?
Well, right now, if you can hear me, I'm surprised because that's like half of Canada behind me cheering, filling the stands here at Warriors ground as the Raptors take a 3-1 series lead, and we know how tough that hill is to climb. We've seen the Warriors come back from a 3-1 series deficit, but not in the finals. So right now, you see the yellow shirts. Those are Warriors fans taking in what could be the last game here at Oracle Arena in Oakland. But as you see Raptors fans, as they celebrate their first finals appearance in franchise history, they're feeling pretty good after a near wire-to-wire win in the second half, at least. It was all Raptors, but the energy was incredible in this building. I was like starstruck throughout the entire game because I met Shaq. Chris Bosh was here. Vince Carter, former Kings player, he recognized our cameras. He's coming back for another NBA season. He might be with the Kings next season, who knows? But Neo performed the national anthem. We saw him backstage. Kendrick Perkins, of course, tons of former NBA players, including former Kings All-Star Brad Miller, who was cheering on his former Raptors teammate Kyle Lowry, and our ABC 10 Sean Cunningham caught up with him in the beer line, no less, to talk basketball, talk brews, and of course, talk basketball. Take a listen.
So I guess you never know who you're going to run to at the beer line at Oracle. Fred Miller.
I mean, it is the finals. I'm here rooting on Kyle Lowry. Made a promise. If he makes the finals, I'll come here and I'll root him on. So he gave me a shirt. It's supposed to be a jersey, but I'm here to watch Kyle Lowry and the Raptors.
As a former teammate, what was it like to see him get that shove from the Warriors owner?
Oh, dude, I mean, that's everything I expect from my guy. So I know this. That's why I love him. He's a pit bull. That's why I'm here watching.
I know you still up in Sac all the time. Can you imagine seeing this in Sacramento one day?
Oh, no, that's the goal, right? That's the plan. We want to do this 5 years in a row. It should be great. We'll take one, like Cubs fans. But yeah, that's what we want. That's the experience we want in Sac. But today's about the Raptors.
So that was Brad Miller, of course. There was some rap royalty in the house with Snoop Dogg, E40, Odell Beckham Jr., NFL star with the Browns, and a lot of stars out here tonight. But as you mentioned, no Jay-Z or Beyonce. But the fans out here, they're screaming Raptors. They are excited for their team as they head back to Toronto for Game 5, taking a commanding 3-1 series lead against the two-time defending champions in their final season here in Oakland, guys.
You know, crazy to see that many Raptors taking over Oracle. It looks like Jurassic Park just moved into Oracle right there. So real quick, I just want to ask a few questions about the game, Lina.
Yeah,
One of the big storylines coming into this game was the return of Klay Thompson. And boy, did he have some production. He led the Warriors tonight with 29 points. How big, Lina, was it to have Klay back on the floor tonight for them?
Well, I mean, what a difference a Klay makes, right? He was the leading scorer through the first half of action for the Warriors after missing all of Game 3. And, of course, as I mentioned, if it were up to him, he would have played in that game, which the Warriors ended up dropping. 2 home games in a row the Warriors have dropped, even without Klay Thompson's 28 points. Steph Curry contributed 27, and Kevon Looney returning from his injury, another body that the Warriors desperately needed in this game to even stay in it. He contributed 10 points in this game, but of course the Raptors leading by as many as 16 in the second half as they claim Warriors ground to be their own. I don't know how long they're going to be here, but it looks like they're going to be camping out until Game 5, and maybe they'll join the watch party here at Oracle Arena, guys.
Now, Lina, Klay Thompson came back and did a great job. You saw Looney came back. He gave what he can give. But what about the other auxiliary players? The guys like DeMarcus Cousins, the guys like Andre Iguodala, the guys like Draymond Green. Those guys are definitely going to have to step their game up if they have any chance of coming back from a 3-1 deficit.
Yeah.
I 100% agree.
Yeah, I mean, DeMarcus Cousins, he finished with 6 points in 15 minutes, and Andre Iguodala only 3 in 38. So those are 2 starters that you need to have double-double performances, or at least double-digit scoring to keep up with Kawhi Leonard when he gets hot. So that's something that the Warriors are going to need on the road. Of course, we saw Boogie come up big in Game 2, so we'll see if he has that similar performance in a crucial Game 5 if the Warriors want to stay alive in the playoffs, guys.
Yeah, obviously, Boogie, Iggy, they just all pulled disappearing acts tonight. But let's talk a little bit more. Lina, you just brought up Kawhi. He had another monster game tonight. He went off. He had 17 in the third quarter. had 14 in the first quarter. He's just playing out of this world right now. My question to you, Henry, or Lina, what can the Warriors do right now to stop that man Kawhi and try to take him out of the series?
Well, you're not going to stop him. You just try to contain him. You try to slow him down. The first game, they ran double teams at him. The second game, they stunted. Stunt means you go halfway and come back. I think right now you're going to have to take the ball out of his hands and try to let someone else beat you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Lina, I hear that they're still going strong over there right now. The Warriors going now to going to Toronto down 3-1 in the series. They got a huge mountain to climb. Obviously, just a few years ago, they were up 3-1 in the series, and Cleveland came back to them and beat them. Do you think that's going to motivate them as they head to Toronto down 3-1?
I mean, they've been there, done that, so we'll see if that happens, but very few times in the history of any playoff series, whether it be in the NBA, Major League Baseball, or any best-of-7 series, it's tough to come back 3-1 because you have to win on the road, no less, and, 3 more times. So we will see if that gives them some added motivation, but I want to ask Henry, as an Oakland native himself, you look around and you see these folks in yellow in their Stay Golden shirts. They're taking in every last second they can. Unfortunately, listening to the Canadian Raptors fans cheer. But Henry, what does this moment mean to you? How does this feel knowing this could be the last time you see the inside of Oracle Arena decked in gold?
Lina, just as you guys pan around the arena, I'm looking at it right now. It kind of gives you goosebumps. It's bittersweet. But, Oracle, the Coliseum has been a great home for the Golden State Warriors. It's been the only home that I've known since I've been introduced to NBA basketball. And, to see it go out in the finals, it can't go out in any better way.
Yeah, I totally see that. And interesting enough, the fact of where the Warriors are at right now, down to 3-1, does this prove how valuable Kevin Durant is truly for that team?
Oh, no doubt. I mean, right now, we talk about when they're struggling, when they can't get things going. We talk about the auxiliary players. Kevin Durant is that one guy who can come down and get his own shot. He don't need anybody to set a screen. He don't need nobody to give him a back screen and some of those other things. He can come down and get his own shot. So the value of Kevin Durant is huge. But when you look at the overall scheme, 3-1 deficit, you have to go back to Toronto and try to pull this thing off. I mean, it's going to be a huge mountain to climb, but I'll tell you what, if it's any team that can do it, it's the Golden State Warriors, but a healthy Golden State Warriors.
Yeah, and obviously health has been the thing that's plagued them all throughout the finals here. So, Lina, going into Game 5, what is your prediction for that? How do you see things playing out there?
Man, I don't think that the Raptors will be able to leave Toronto without a win. Of course, I predicted them to win in 6, but they might get it done in 5, and that game is coming on ABC 10 on Monday. But let's take a listen to head coach Steve Kerr for the Warriors after a tough loss as he faces a 3-1 series deficit with his team hitting the road for Game 5.
From the beginning of the quarter, Kawhi hit 2 threes immediately, and they turned.
Hey, it's Lina Washington back with you inside Oracle Arena in Oakland ahead of a pivotal Game 4 of the NBA Finals. The Golden State Warriors facing a 2-1 series deficit after the Toronto Raptors picked up a dominant win in Game 3 on Wednesday.
We just got to continue to battle and win the next game, go back to Toronto, win Game 5, come back to Oracle, win Game 6, and then celebrate. Fun times ahead.
Kevin Durant has been ruled out for Golden State. He hasn't played since May 8th when he injured his calf in the series against the Houston Rockets. But the Warriors are expecting to have guard Klay Thompson back from injury tonight. But what most people are talking about is the fallout from 2 moments caught on camera that had little to do with basketball. First, the wife of Warriors team owner Joe Lacob has been the center of internet vitriol after she was seen leaning over pop superstar Beyonce to talk to her husband, rapper Jay-Z. According to reports, Nicole Curran has been forced to deactivate her social media after receiving death threats. Then this moment in the 4th quarter when a fan sitting courtside was seen shoving Raptors guard Kyle Lowry as he dove into the seats for a loose ball. That fan is Warriors minority investor Mark Stevens, who has met with harsh criticism from around the NBA. Take a listen to what Lowry had to say after the incident.
As for that fan, there's no place in him for that. He had no reason to touch me. He had no reason to reach over 2 seats and then say some vulgar language to me. There's no place for people like that in our league, and hopefully he never comes back to an NBA game.
The NBA slapping Stevens with a year-long ban from all NBA games and a $500,000 fine. And now the Warriors need to turn their attention to Game 4 as they look to even the series at 2 games apiece. So again, with the win tonight, the Raptors take a 3-1 series lead back to Toronto, and that's a tough hill to climb even for the 2-time defending champs. We have coverage coming to you at 5:30 with tip-off at 6, and stick with us for post-game reaction from Oracle Arena. Coming to you from Oakland, I'm Lina Washington, ABC 10 Sports. Hey, it's Lina Washington coming to you from inside Oracle Arena, but if you can see behind me, the Raptors fans are just starting to clear out because they brought Jurassic Park to Warriors ground. The Toronto Raptors taking a commanding 3-1 series lead after back-to-back wins in Oakland, 105-92 the final from Game 4. Klay Thompson returning from injury after missing Game 3 and contributing 28 points for the Warriors, their leading scorer in a losing effort. Kawhi Leonard powering his team with 36 points and 12 rebounds. The Toronto Raptors are making their first NBA Finals appearance in franchise history, this moment 24 years in the making. The Warriors have been without Kevin Durant for this entire series, and now they face a tough hill to climb come Game 5 on Monday in Toronto.
I've been on the wrong side of 3-1 before, so why not make our own history?
It was another star-studded night. Snoop Dogg, Vince Carter, and former Kings All-Star Brad Miller taking in what could be the last game at Oracle Arena in Oakland.
We won 3 games. It's the first of 4. We understand that they're the defending champs, and they're not going to go out easy. They're going to come and fight and prepare to play the next game, and that's how we're preparing ourselves. Like we have to, we got to prepare ourselves to play the next game. We haven't done anything yet.
Until the final buzzer sounds and somebody gets the 4 wins, we still, have life and having an opportunity to win. So, like Clay said, nobody's gonna feel sorry for us at all. It's just a matter of can we get it done or not.
We've got much more coverage from Games 3 and 4 of the NBA Finals from Oakland on our ABC 10 YouTube channel. And of course, we're your home for the NBA Finals, so stick with us for Game 5 on Monday. Coming to you from Oracle Arena in Oakland, I'm Lina Washington, ABC 10 Sports.